Hello, I'm Flat again. I have a great reason for being PNG in this episode. If you just went through the weather that I have had today, you would understand that I eventually gave up on trying to make myself look presentable when I got home. And yeah, I'm deciding to be comfortable behind my 2D character for today's episode. But nonetheless, it's still me, and we're still having a great time with Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve as part of the Ace Attorney Chronicles collection. And yeah, I welcome you into today's episode, today's show. Everybody in Twitch stream, hello, nice to see you. If you're watching on YouTube land from the highlight after the fact, welcome to you. And hopefully, we're going to have another gripping and exciting episode today. Please let me know if you are enjoying this, if it's your first time coming around here, or if you have things to say that are at least not spoiling for things later coming on in the game, then please feel free to let me know. You can leave your likes and comments down below. If you'd like to subscribe and hit the bell as well to get push notifications for future episodes of this, plus other things, that would be also a great help as well. We got a couple more coming in as well, so thank you for joining me for the ride, either YouTube way or Twitch way. And with all that said, yeah, let's get back in from where we left off. And boy howdy, we left off on a bit of a bombshell last time out there. To recap for all of y'all, we have started the trial for the case involving a science experiment gone wrong, question mark. But it did definitely has a tie to potentially being the cause of death for someone, and we are defending the scientist who is involved in making that experiment happen. And we found out many interesting things in that one there, trying our best to get this guy off the hook. But I think what's happening here, he burst in right at the last moment to say he is going to confess. We spent so long to try and get this man off the hook, but I think because to do so would jeopardize his, scientific hypothesis he had, would, ruin the integrity and the validity of his science, his experiments. I think he's a bit too prideful for that. He would rather risk the time in the clink to over losing his credibility for his hypothesis of trying to teleport another human being across a distance. He would rather spend time in jail than lose his credibility as a scientist. And boy howdy, we are having a time trying to defend this man. And let's get back into the show, as he literally just burst out and said, yep, I'm confessing to the murder. So, yeah, here we go again. Judge says, order! 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 Defendant, explain the sudden confession!
Objection!
Objection! Professor Hairbrain, what are you talking about? It's what I've said all along! I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine! I spent so long and you're ruining it right now! Why would you do this? You stand there and claim it was all a trick and all an elaborate prank, but where's your proof? No, you would have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it, but then it would be all over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it! It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you'll just let me, I can prove— Balak! Yes. He's sat there, arms folded, my goodness. If only I had a bag of popcorn with me that I could feast upon in my vampire-y, totally not vampiric way. Just like that. Do I have is there a bag of corn that I can snack upon? Because, my god, this is going to be good. I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it. So please. Ensure this special dispensation for scientific equipment act is adhered to and protect my creation. Oh, no. Right, I may not have popcorn, but at least I have wine to enjoy. Pray forgive the discourtesy for filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend. What? And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession. Ah. Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Yeah, if this is your first time seeing Van Zieks behave that way with his chalice, yeah, he's done that a lot. It's kind of one of his things. He probably is swimming in royalty money right now, and like the money of the aristocracy, in order to afford so many bottles of wine and so many hallowed chalices of Swarovski crystal or whatever they may be. And yeah, he goes through them like I go through way too many energy drinks. Well, Counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter? What Professor Hairbrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence? Or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust. You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend, running your motor mouth? Or has old knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind? Mr. Naruhodo! There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was in fact... Yeah, if I say it's a real scientific thing, then he goes away and I lose my thing of that. I've still got to be like that. Or maybe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this choice might be inconsequential. But I still got to maintain that all of this so far has been a big old ruse from what we have found out recently. So here is the look of it here if you wanted to have a recap of what's going on here. So this big old device is intended to try and teleport the occupant of the cage to another location via the power of electricity. They would be supposedly decomposed and deconstructed into atomic particles by the electricity, then sent out by this massive cannon to another location and be recombined and reassembled into their proper forms at the desired teleport location. But there was a problem with the machinery. It kind of went overload and the blood and the cage went kaput. And then we found the apparent victim over where the teleporter should have put them anyway. Like that. Hello, Palthea. We're just recapping things here. But yeah, what we have found out is that we believe that this is all a rather massive plant and ploy and trick of the mind. For we had a word with people who were in charge of manning these hot air balloons. there was a rogue hot air balloon in about this area that we believe housed the victim of the crime, housed them in there already in order to then plant them to be down here. And yeah, we then found out through another piece of evidence, in fact, a couple of pieces of evidence. Somebody took a photograph from one of the other hot air balloons. This is the rogue hot air balloon that does not have a passenger in it, you might notice. And you can see this streak coming from the ground. This is a lit fire bolt fired from the ground via this crossbow, we believe. And so the lit crossbow bolt fires into the balloon, ignites all the gases in the balloon, causes it to explode, and releases the cage where the victim is being held onto the ledge of the tower here, where they were supposed to be teleported anyway, and that is where they were found with a wound in their with a fatal wound to their heart, like so. I like looking at the PNG, most of the color scheme, and also hair. Yeah, you wouldn't want to look at me right now, my actual face, after the weather I've just had to put up with today. Yeah. Really, really hot, really, really uncomfortable and sweaty throughout the entirety of the day. Then as soon as I was about to leave work, we had a massive cloudburst rainstorm come through, which seemed to make the temperature rise for some unknown reason, because I don't understand the weather. And I had to walk home in that very uncomfortable mugginess. And I was caked in sweat when I got home. I tried my best to be presentable, but then I just gave up and thought, nah, I'm just gonna be PNG today. Behind my camera. If that's alright. I know people do enjoy the PNG. But yeah, that's essentially what evidence we have to here. We have to hand. So I think we're still gonna maintain that this is all an elaborate ruse, I think.
No! I can't say it! My client places faith in me! I can't just let him down!
Oh, I have no idea who's saying this. It has not given us any evidence, any clue to this one. Thank you for the hug, Palthy, I appreciate. Anyway, okay. What must I give up on is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's, what can I protect? Ah! Hello! Cesaro! Ah! She back! Okay, let me say that again in her voice. Jesus, okay.
What must I give up on is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's what can I protect? Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long.
Before I exclaim again, because I imagine Yunosuke is going to be like, oh my god, it's you! Because I'm like, oh my god, it's you! Also, second best girl is back, woo! Wait, who's best girl? Is that Iris? Or is that somebody else? If it's a character that I don't know yet, don't say. I'm getting back into drawing again. I want to keep my promise to draw something for me one day, so references like,
Ah! Well, if you do, I look forward to it.
Yeah, anybody who wants to do, like, artworks and stuff for me, feel free, honestly. Could use for the attention. It's fine, though. Susie! Oh, Iris. Okay, yeah, of course, yeah. Iris is a strong contender. I'll give you that one. Anyway, I think I'm about to exclaim, so get ready. Susanoo-san! But what are you... Hiya! Ah! Ow! Ow!
My first Susanoo takedown in 6 months! Oh...
There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand.
Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect.
Professor Hairbrain!
Yeah?
I haven't played this game, so I couldn't swallow you if I wanted. Ah, that's fair. But yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, if I haven't seen things in the game yet by this point, if you know, I also appreciate no backseating, no spoilering until I say, alright, what's going on, until I ask you, so lets me figure out things myself. Because that's part of the fun at the end of the day. Yesterday, you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too. Yeah, of course. And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Axeman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? Ha! That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now.
Ah! Nein! Don't! No! Ah!
I do keep a guide, but if you ever get really stuck, yeah. Only if I am desperately stuck and then start asking chat. If I explicitly ask you, what do I do here? Yeah, I appreciate you keeping stum and saying nothing. And just enjoying the show. And look at me flailing to try and figure it out. Yay. So, you finally opened your eyes. What? And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say?
Baroque!
Lord Van Zeeks.
Oh gosh! I've never heard him speak that way before.
In truth, there is one thing. Something I've remembered that's of relevance. What? On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow. I beg your pardon? Professor! Did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like? Taller than me, and thinner than me, with straight hair, straighter and whiter than mine. Let me see, one less lens than me too, a monocle, a rather stylish black monocle. But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well. After all, he is the engineer who built my weapon. I was about to say my weapon for a moment there, Jesus. He's the engineer who built my invention. What? He built the machine? Must have been a tree. A very murderous intent tree. That's richtig. Mr. Assmann introduced him to me a year ago. Ein Jahr ago. He's a man by the name of Enoch Treber. Enoch Treber? Does his name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered.
Not a name any scientist wishes to hear. That man's an abomination.
Not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. Who on earth is he?
I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end. Obviously, the rascal is after the government's research grant money.
When magicians are in need of money, I have heard of them resorting to these underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience of such things have mentioned Enoch Treber's name before. Hiya! Hello! Hello, Minelf. Do let me know. I think you have a name you'd like to be known as other than that, but do let me know. But yeah, how you doing? Lovely to see you again.
The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confidence trickster here. That's Enoch Trevor for you. Hmm? Ah.
Oh. He's a very good character with a great theme. Oh, threat made a good time, huh? This man is an enigma.
Ah, DBL's here. Hello.
Good morning, afternoon, evening. Evening from myself, but yeah, a very, very happy time zone and good time zone to you, I hope.
So, it's true then. My invention, my great machine, it was just a grand illusion?
Considering what we just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely.
Even so, no one else believed it. I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted.
Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen. But at the same time, I knew that if I was found to be nothing more than a trick, than a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my search, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. Oh, I was terrified at the prospect.
So you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built? Okay then, I see that there. Shall we go with, yeah? Either or. Yeah, let's go for that then.
Oh, yeah, welcome in.
That's really interesting though. That's nice to hear. I hope that goes well.
I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it.
It's entirely possible that Mr. Assman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money.
Oh. When I announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Trevor had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore.
Okay, yeah, slightly more sympathy for Hairbrain now. He is literally going through all sorts of wild emotions by this point. His entire, view of the world will be freaking turning upside down by now. So yeah, I could probably get the reactions to everything now. And I'm starting to get some sympathy. Misread Furnace, Fran. Need to get your eyes setted. Specsavers. Although probably not Specsavers where you live. Probably something else. Need some breakfast? Go get some breakfast. It's very important. Some might say the most important meal of the day. Yeah. He needs a hug. It turns out a lot of Ace Attorney characters you hate initially have a good reason to behave the way that they do, and yeah, you end up being like, oh, actually, no, you need a hug. And then vice versa. You think you like a character at first, and then they do something utterly terrible in the game, and then you're like, nah, you need a kick up the backside. Yeah. Virtual hug to Hairbrain set by Palthea. There we go. I love that.
Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Oh, yes. Please, go ahead. I'm very sorry.
I didn't expect this would work. Yeah, it just hooks after anybody. Whatever name you put after there, doesn't matter. It would appear that we have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Van Cheeks.
My lord?
The court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man. If possible, I should like him served with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now, counsel for the defense.
Yes, my lord.
When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused.
I understand.
Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning. Hammer down. And now it's time for my beauty nap. He takes beauty naps? Can you believe that? Anyway, 23rd of October, 1:36 p.m. in the Old Bailey's Defendant's Antechamber. Let's go then. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? I'm so sorry! What's wrong? You were right! I tricked you! You tossed me! I dragged you into my mess! Oh, how did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry!
Did you really have no idea, Professor? About what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean. About what he was really constructing.
Naturally! Natürlich! That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in it!
Alright. In that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow.
Oh god, now I've got it in my head. You've given me a terrible earworm. Coming out of my cage, and I'll be doing just fine. God, I've gotta be down, cause I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it come to like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep, and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke, and she's taking a tap. Now we're going to bed, and my stomach is sick. And it's all in my head, but she's touching his dress now. Touching his chest now, I should say. He takes off her dress now. Let me go. I just can't look. He's killing me. Is that taking control? Jealousy. Turning streets into the sea. Turning through sick lullabies. Choking on your alibi. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eagle eye. Cause I am Mr. Brightside. I'm sure not all of those lyrics were 100% correct, but yes. His dress also well, let's not just. Yeah. To kiss? I could go for some cars, some cheese, some chas. 1, I'm sorry, and 2, you brought it on yourself for doing that. Oh, that was amazing. Anyway. Dankeschön for doing so much for me. Yo.
And it's you! I'm so sorry for arriving late.
Let me read that again. I live for moments like this with my coffee. With my morning coffee, you live for a moment that could potentially make you spit out said coffee through your nose. Yeah, I'm glad I could provide. Anyway.
I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo.
Arriving late?
Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive.
May I clip that? Clip whatever you think is a great moment. That's a helpful bit of advice for any streamer that you watch. If you see something that's funny, clip it, let them know you clip it, and yeah, maybe they can turn out into something funny to post about later, like a new little short or tweet it out or post it on like Blue Skies and such onto TikTok and Reels and whatnot. It's always a good idea to clip things that your streamer might find good. It's just that if you try and post the link in this chat, it won't work. But yeah, go ahead and clip. I'll look at them later, absolutely. It's mental stimulation. It's my endorphins. I need them. I must feed on the positive press. I need it all. Give it to me. Give it to me now. That's how I behave.
A postcard? What postcard?
I hid it from you, Una, so you would be surprised. Well, did it work?
I was surprised, alright, especially when she threw me to the ground.
We are positively vampires confirmed. We live in that is like our bloods, yes. Blood like there's no blood like a good clip. like the good fuzzy feelings I feel after a good clip. Just like my cat. Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out.
Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in the future.
Susie's train was late into London Victoria this morning, you see. But we made the coachman really whip the horses hard so she didn't miss the whole trial. I was watching from a gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Oh?
Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm delighted to see you back in London.
Oh, you're too kind, Miss Naruto. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you.
Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
Oh, let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? You know, I've made one of my most special blends ever for this special occasion. Oh, Iris, how wonderful! I can't wait!
Petition to call a group of cats a cuddle. That's gonna be part of my lexicon now. I'm gonna go with that, yes. I agree wholeheartedly.
Susato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How else do you handle a group of cats if not by cuddling all of them at once? That absolutely makes sense to all of us. That sounds like a great idea. Let's go with that. Alright, part 2 of our investigation in this episode, and to be continued right now. 23rd of October at 2:41 PM in the Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy in the roof racks of 221B Baker Street.
Oh, this room! It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though. It's still ridiculously dirty. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so, familiar.
I didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you'd left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true.
Can we call a group of angry cats and ah? Because that's all you hear from me as they go on the attack.
Start to call a group of flies an annoyance.
A group of geese is the honkiting. Because we know how geese are like. They like to be miscreants. If we learn anything from Untitled Goose Game, is that a goose can be a miscreant all on its own. And it feels like if there was a group of geese that were like that, they're not a gaggle anymore. That is an omen of geese. Like that.
So, is your father alright, Susie? What happened? My father?
Yeah, Professor Mikatoba. I mean, it was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason.
That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. A surprise, but happy.
100% the honkening. A group of ravens is called an unkindness, and I am obsessed with group names for animals, yeah. The one that sticks with me is that a group of owls is a parliament. A group of crows is a murder, which I always love. I'm struggling to think of other ones in all honesty, but yeah, they're the ones that stick with me, because... yeah.
I think I wrote about it in my letter to you. That it was all a trick. My father is in fine health. And I'm obviously very relieved about that.
A smack of jellyfish? That I haven't heard of. Wow. Well, we're all delighted to have you back.
It was quite by accident, and I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium.
The International Forensic... That's the same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned.
Anyway, I'm arrived safe and sound, and that's all that matters. And it's that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris.
You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan.
Yes, of course, I shall.
And there is one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About you-know-who. About Kazuma.
I know. I'll tell you all that I can.
That is a bang-on time, actually, to get to this point. And think about having a break. So after we come back, we will start the conversation with Susato about what's her true reason for going backwards, maybe. We'll find out all that, maybe. But yet, not before we have ourselves a break to refresh and run some ad breaks and let people in the chat as well do some refreshing for themselves. So yeah, Twitch chat, we will have a break for a few minutes. If you're in YouTube land watching this, there will be no break because we cut it out of our highlights. But do feel free, if you want to pause for a moment and take out some bits before continuing, that's always a great idea to do, and we will be back when you're ready to come back. Alright, in any case, it's time for a break. I shall see you back here in a few minutes. Yay! Oh, Palfy's gonna give it away just now. My goodness. In fact, right. Let's actually restart that until we actually get to actually talking as some of the characters in game. Right, but yeah, let's do it then. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for taking the time having a break. I hope you had a nice break if you did. But if you're in YouTube land, there probably wasn't one because we put it out of the highlights. But yeah, thank you for still tuning in. Do let me know if you're still enjoying the video, and I hope you are. Leave likes and comments down below if you want to let me know how things are going. And if you want to go even further, you can hit subscribe, you can hit the bell to get push notifications, and all of that will be super duper helpful. And in the meantime, that probably is a Twitch clip link, which is why it's been muted in the chat. But I will check on those later, don't worry about it. Thank you so much for the clips as well. Remember that if you are watching live streams of your favorite people and want to give them clips, make sure that you are clipping, and make sure you let your streamer friends know that you are clipping for them, because they can check on that and they'll see what it's all about.
Yeah!
Right, we go back into the thing now, and we are gonna do a thing because there was a redeem from one of our dear friends in the chat. And I think what we'll do is, as they suggest, we're gonna do a 5-minute timer for a silly voice, but only as one of the characters. We're gonna turn one of the characters into, as it turns out, I think it was Dr. Eggman. I think he wanted me to do my best Dr. Eggman impression, so we're gonna do it for one of the characters coming up here. Here we go.
When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. But curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely.
The awful trial? Oh, yes. For the murder of Giselle Brett.
Oh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie? Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Oh, wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it. Don't you, Runo?
Yes, I suppose so. You wouldn't catch me wearing the costumes of another person. Yosh.
I wanted to play being a lawyer now. I could wear a false moustache, baby.
I don't think that any mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. I feel like I should be wearing a mustache because I'm doing this voice right now. Yosh. There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Miss Susato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. Yes. Yes, you said in your letter it had something to do with that blasted hedgehog, or that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Oh, that's right. The very large dog collar we found in the bee emblem on it. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the reports he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet.
Ah, why would that be, then?
Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets. Oh, Susie!
That's a very meaningful look Susato-san's giving Iris there. I wonder what that could mean. Now, what is this talk about science going on? Science for taking over the world, maybe? Yosh. Lord Strong had mentioned something about that symposium, too. I think he said that investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend. Yes.
Yes, and from Japan. And from Japan, my father and Judge Jigoku have been invited. It's something of an honor, I believe.
Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. Ooh, science powered by the Chaos Emeralds. Yosh. I'll throw one of them into the Space Colony Ark's Eclipse Cannon. And then I can fire my super duper laser you-know-what. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, did you say?
Yes, His Excellency, Judge Seishiro Jigoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year, in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten. That's terrible trial of yours when you were accused of murder.
Yes, I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days, yes.
Well, it was Judge Jigoku who presided over that trial.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy never to see that man's face again in my life. Too soon before I find that blasted hedgehog Sonic again. He would annoy me just as much as Sonic does.
Oh, well, anyway, as Father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end, he agreed to let me go on ahead.
Yes, about the symposium. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen.
And that's 5 minutes is up. God, I had to drop the vocal cords for a little bit there to reach down there for Eggman, but I hope you appreciate that. And that's all. Thank you for the redeems. Keeping the stream funky and fresh every now and then, keeping me on my toes. I love it. So it's obviously very important. And now I can have my voice back to sort of normal-ish.
I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General.
The most senior position in the British justice system.
He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution.
Totally not for nefarious deeds.
That's what Father said anyway. Apparently it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Again, as I said, totally not nefarious in any way.
Does Professor Mikitoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder?
Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech about all this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and then didn't really listen to much of it.
Oh, how trying for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, next time I go for Stitch, if I don't forget, which I most certainly will. Ah, keep me on my toes, as long as it's a character I can probably reasonably do, and if I don't know them off the top of my head, I can like research how they sound and then give the damn good college try, as they say.
Keep me on my toes, why not?
Alright, we are going to talk about Giselle Brett, as in the same Giselle Brett who we convicted in the first trial of the first game, and then dealt with their murder case in the first trial of second game, where we were moonlighting, where Susato was moonlighting as Yutaro Naruhodo.
Giselle Brett. The woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget for as long as I live.
The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget.
Sorry? Wind's getting stronger, it's just that storm is according to the forecast. Yeah. Well, if it does get terrible out there, then I hope you've got some shelter to be in for, like you're saying, indoors or whatnot. And then hopefully it brings along some nice cool snap for you.
Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that an Englishwoman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist.
Didn't exist? But how can that be?
It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin. And she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front.
A front? Well, who on earth was she then?
Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her. Nobody knows why, or even how, she came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery.
But that makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand.
Asian like Asian. Wow. I'm glad it was you that put it together and not me, and then I didn't feel the second hand like, oh my god, that's so obvious. Oh, wow, yeah. Literally just Asian. And now she's been killed, while all the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered.
I'm afraid so.
Asian. Gosh, who on earth was she? And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere?
Because technically, Mr. Yunosuke, my poor sweet summer child, you have heard that name before. In secret government recordings that you inadvertently released, and then somebody else decided to actually transcript for us. the list of 4 secret names. One of them was an A Shin, I think that was said. Moved to Ireland and called myself British. Well, technically, we've already technically had an Irish character in this video game. That would be Mr. McGilded from 3rd trial of 1st game. We told him he was an Irish philanthropist. And actually a right piece of work he turned out at the end of the day. Oh, but he was a lovely little Irish fellow. And we made him sound like that such. Yeah. So yeah, wonder when when all that's gonna be revealed about us. And what about dear Kazuma?
After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange.
I know the truth! I know you had a hand in what went on in that visiting student's fate! Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never...
And then he got launched by a judge. That was very funny.
Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama.
And what did you learn?
After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port in Hong Kong and passed to the care of the consulate staff there.
Should have been?
Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It just disappeared.
What? Kazuma's body vanished? Wish I didn't cut back the present this fast. Wanted to see the judge attack again. No, I wanted to see the judge do a throw. I know. You just have to go back to me seeing that part, I think, earlier on in this playthrough. Because by now the VOD has been long existing. You can go back and check if you'd like. At some point.
Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except, Kazuma-sama isn't there.
Did Professor Mikotoba know about this?
Yes, it would seem that he did.
Oh my god, I respawn back in his bed. Oh, it's like Live, Die, Repeat. What is it, Live, Die, Repeat? Or, oh my god, it's that freaking, it's ReZero, isn't it? It is totally it's totally ReZero Kara Isekai. Oh god, what's it? ReZero Kara Isekai Hajimere. Oh god, I can't remember. ReZero Kara Hajimere Isekai Sekata. That's it in Japanese. There you go. Otherwise, what we would know as starting life from another point in zero, something like that. Or just ReZero. I think people know what I'm all about. Is that what ReZero is? Is that what ReZero is about? Yeah, it's one of those like main character goes to fantasy world as a result of shenanigans happening. And yeah, the whole shtick of it, like he gets the power of being able to redo moments of his life up to a point when he meets a terrible fate. And yes, essentially that, like, he goes through and tries to correct his fate and all the other characters' fate to the best thing possible, but stuff always happens, and as such, he's always having to reset his life to try and fix what went wrong previously, but it usually then ends to something else terrible happening, and then he has to die again to fix that. But yeah, that's the Cliff Notes version. It's a really long explanation, truthfully, yes. See some crazy clips of these things. It does get kind of crazy, yeah. Series 1 is like the meat and potatoes of it, and then because it got so popular, of course, they had to continue it for more series, and more mangas got made of it, and yeah, it's sort of like spiraled into, I don't know what it is now, because I'm pretty much the same. I kind of didn't really continue much of it after Series 1, but yeah. I'm fine with just a rough description. I want to see it for itself. Yeah, essentially, main character gets put into fantasy world filled with fantasy characters, and has the power to revisit and redo his life from a certain point after he meets a grisly end. And thus, hijinks ensue, I guess. Yeah.
But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Katama-sama's body as we speak.
For an anime, it doesn't have a lot of fan service. Yeah, I think main series doesn't. But of course, they made like they have like spin-offs and movies and stuff made, and of course, the fan base is quite a big one of that series still, I believe. So their own creations have spiraled from there, and yeah. What was that called again? Regression or something? Reincarnation. Yeah, reincarnation. Coming back to a point in... Going back to a certain point and being able to redo things that went wrong last time, or that he thinks went wrong last time, to try and fix them. Yes. Those were the 3 most common ways for the MCU of an isekai to begin. Yes. Reincarnation, returning, and then regressing into it. Yeah. Like, gosh, there's a lot of that now. Isekai is its own sort of wild beast now, and that is wild to actually think about. Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. God, pal, you know more about English words than I do. Jesus Christ. Wow. As somebody who plays Nikkei, the ReZero collab. Oh yeah, they did have a ReZero collab at some point, didn't they? Yeah. I don't play Nikkei, but I saw the ads for it, definitely. Had the least amount of fan service from any of the collabs, probably due to author rights holders' objections. Probably. Narnia is an isekai. What can we pass off? What can we argue that doesn't typically fit into what we expect from an isekai? What could we argue is an isekai? I've had some wild talks about that over the time, I'll have to tell you, yeah. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is actually an isekai. Truth. Alice in Wonderland. Oh yeah, that's totally an isekai. Yep. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden? Like, yikes. Actually, what I'm gonna do before moving on with talking, I am sure we can still have a word about some things in this office. Let's argue about the spade or shovel again. Thinking back, that spade's been in here since we first moved in, hasn't it?
I'm sure I've told you before this, Naruto. It's not a spade, it's a shovel.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, a spade's for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
The great spade shovel war rages on. Huh. Weirdly, I've actually kind of missed the fights. They actually use the word isekai to describe Forgotten Land, yeah. The anime hack sign is an isekai. Sorry, I'm just drinking. Not drinking, but having hydration. That's important.
You have water gently boiling on the stove, I see.
It feels wrong somehow if I can't hear the water bubbling away. And we have plenty of logs. It's not like we have to worry about paying for gas.
It's important to open the window for fresh air when the fire's burning, though. You can't keep it closed just because it's cold outside. It could be a matter of life and death.
Avoiding the freezing winter is the air is a matter of life and death too, if you ask me.
Oh well. Perhaps a nice cup of tea will warm you up later.
Yeah, she still cares about us. Forgotten Land even had a truck! It was just not the MC again. Ended up getting hit with it. MC was the truck, it turns out. Yep. Catching fish to keep as the pet is an isekai if you really want. I feel like I need an explanation of that one, Palthea, but fire off, I guess. Ah, you see? I've been keeping my desk beautifully covered in paper as always.
You really must tidy it all up, Miss Naruhodo. No more excuses.
But Mr. Zato, the way I see it, all these papers building up on my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. I like to leave them as they are so I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences.
In that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. Then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed.
I still can't beat her in an argument, even though I'm the lawyer here. Yeah, true that. Oh, it's a Dharma doll, yeah! The fish is torn from the only world it knows and is transported into an imitation of its natural habitat. Oh, so it's the isekai for the fish. Okay. I see your point now.
I see your Dharma doll still has only one eye filled in.
Well, we agreed that it's something we do together, didn't we? We could do it right now if you'd like. I'd be happy with that.
Oh, I rather like the anticipation, I think, Miss Naruhodo.
Oh, she's a tease. She's a tease sometimes. Oh, look at that. It's our aquarium.
Yeah. I'm so pleased to see all our sea creatures doing so well in the aquarium.
Yeah, the prawns are still swimming and the anemones are still swaying. Obviously, I've been looking after them carefully. At first, I used to drool whenever I looked at those juicy prawns, but not anymore. They're like part of the family now.
I don't suppose I'll ever know how close they were to meeting their maker.
Wow, ominous. Inosuke looking at the tank every now and then, just going, licking his lip, just like, wow. Oh, your room through there should be exactly as you left it. I've still never been inside. I've never even been invited.
Of course not. Only Iris is allowed into my room.
Well, no doubt I'll be hearing you two giggling away in there then. And I'm like, I was about to say, speaking of Iris, we haven't done that. Oh, I forgot the tea. I forgot the tea ceremony set.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to making you some tea again, Miss Naruhodo.
Which you'd think I wouldn't like, given that I'm not keen on bitter flavors, but it is Susato-san's tea. And it's amazing what a little cake or something on the side can do.
I would dearly love to serve you some sort of Japanese sweet alongside your matcha green tea. But I suppose that's simply not possible, given how long we've been staying here in London.
Well, I do like the little chocolates you put with my tea. They go wonderfully.
Oh, Miss Naruhodo, you would, wouldn't you?
And that gives me a warm glow inside for some reason. Say it with me, chat.
Aww!
Yeah. And that was Susato's desk. I left your desk completely untouched, Miss Susato, so it would be ready for whenever you returned.
It's beautifully clean. There isn't a speck of dust in it anywhere. You've been cleaning in my absence, Miss Naruhodo. Oh, whatever next?
Well, I couldn't allow my great assistant's desk to sit there gathering dust, could I?
Oh, it really is exactly as it was when I left. I'm so touched. But sadly, your desk is also exactly as it was too.
Well, that's how it should be after all.
Oh dear. I've forgotten how that clean-cut smile can be so disarming.
Wow. Like, damn. Let's say, speaking of potentially giggling in her room later,
There's an Iris. It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's own notes. It's about one of Hervey's greatest exploits. I called it The Hound of the Baskervilles.
but then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it. and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it.
So nobody knows anything about it, apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it. Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time. Oh!
It starts.
I'm only sorry I've had to keep it from you for so long, Iris.
Go on, then. We've been through all sorts of sidetracking. I think I should come back to this.
It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study, and I saw something in his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, "The Hound of the Baskervilles."
What?
My Baskerville story? Of course. I had no idea what it was at the time. But Father came in and...
Susato, what are you doing?
Oh, Father!
Did you look at those papers?
No, I simply read the label, that's all.
Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget that you ever saw it, and certainly do not tell anybody else about this. Do you understand?
Oh my gosh, that is stern. And oh my gosh, we're having stream drops. I apologize for this profusely. I did not realize. Maybe we're back to normal now? But if that was a heavy drop, I'm sorry. I was not paying attention while it was going on. And, oh, look at that. It's... Well, that's a bum. It's still kind of going on. I've got to wait for it to, like, sort of semi-fix itself. Bear with. There may be some cuts. Yeah, I suppose while this is, while we're waiting for things to sort of normalize, yeah, blooming neck. Blooming neck. I just like that. I just love the fact that Susato is back for us and is I probably guessed at some point that she would return, but not at the place or time that I expected. Really, I thought maybe this would have been something saved for maybe the next episode. But yeah, it's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one to have Susato back. It's still having a bit of a ditz right now. This is a massive amount of dropping it's going through right now. Wow. I can only say I'm so sorry about all this. Please. Please, I've not had a stream cut out from this sort of dropping for a while now, and I'd rather it not happened right now. I would much rather it didn't. Yeah, we'll wait for stability to come back and we'll obviously see to it then. It's... Oh, goodness. Goodness me, it's going for the motions right now. Wow. For some reason, you're not getting any drops. Huh. Neither do I. Well, maybe it's probably because I've been on the screen for so long. And it's just on the static screen like that, and like if I then like decided to like bring up the court record and then go through, like have a sift through like the evidence that I've got, for example, and it might be a bit more pronounced now that the stream could be like stuttering a bit. But yeah, that reported as a big old drop on my end, and it's not. It's telling me it's not over yet. This is honestly awkward. Could be the state of the weather outside having its way with the strength of the internet, but wow. Is it? Oh, are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about it again? Just had a brief yeah, yeah, that's gonna be interesting for me to have a look back on for the highlight then, because yeah, it probably wasn't so obvious because, like I said, we're just on static screens, and this game doesn't move about as much as some of the other games that I play. So if there was any dropping happening, you probably wouldn't notice it. Yeah, it's just going through a time. I reckon it's something to do with the weather outside. That might be playing havoc with the stability of my connection and something like that. But yeah, if you're having issues right now, in Twitch Streamland, I'm sorry as well, and sorry for spending so long in it right now in the YouTube video, but yeah, that is a lot of. There is a big number of frames that I am reporting being dropped. And it's the first time in a long time that this has kind of happened. So I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go with this. I'm confused. I suppose we'll say for now. Do let me know if there is a terrible drop for whatever reason, and if you do feel the need to reset your reset your view of the thing, please feel free to pause the video and then unpause on the Twitch stream, because that should bring you back to where we're at right now. Yeah, this is okay. I'll tell you what we'll do then. We will soldier on, and if there is anything drastically wrong happening with your view of the stream, do let me know, and we'll see what we can do to maybe mitigate this. So yeah. Anyway, let's soldier on the best we can and see what we can salvage. Here we go. But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan?
I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes' exploits. When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. And there was no sign of the big box in his office. Oh? That's really all I know about it. I've no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it. But still... I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you. Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie.
I see, and that's as far as that decides to go. Although I will just do a quick double check. I don't know, if I have this view on, I go back and forth here. Does it look terrible? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Why am I fixated on this? I should focus on being entertaining. Let's get back to it. We had one more little bit from here. The Kazuma Mysteries. That honestly sounds like it could be a cartoon, like a Scooby-Doo sort of thing. Like, the special Kazuma Mysteries that you'd see on like a Saturday morning or something. Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Burya were definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we? Huh. Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive?
Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo! It's too much to bear!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just thinking about the possibility pains me. So very much. Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he?
Ah!
And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly.
Ah, you're right. So if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us.
But there's no reason why he possibly would have done such a thing.
I suppose that's true, yeah. Huh.
The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turns out not to be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. I'm terrified of what that might do to me.
Oh, Mr. Sato. I know she's given him the idea the thought it deserves. It's Susato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. Don't bother and behave yourself.
So, Miss Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I'm committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxworks Museum as well.
So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, Mr. Sato. I'd expect nothing less, to be honest.
I would like to think our first positive call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber, the engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick.
Yeah, a conjurer of sorts, by the sounds of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic.
Then, we need to go and arrest him.
Well, yeah. He must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really do need to find the man.
It sounds like it's a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police, or great detective.
Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? But we don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Good idea. Well, best of luck then.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to bring some round shortly for the herb market. But let me know later how you get on, won't you?
Can never say no to an Iris face. Oh, that was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong. It must be... The herby must be... perverby. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if Susato might have anything to say about what I present to her. Oh, she might have about this, actually. Since it's come up with the icon in the corner. About this paper, Mr. Sato.
Oh yes, it's all about the Great Exhibition. I've been dreaming about it, you know.
I was sorry that you were going to miss it when you were called back to Japan.
So was I. I felt desperately unlucky. But here I am, back in London while it's underway. It's a dream come true.
Perhaps you're not as unlucky as you thought, then.
Once we've helped Professor Hairbrain out of his terrible situation, we should all explore it together. And of course, we must invite the Professor's good friend Lord Van Zeeks as well.
Oh, your luck might not stretch that far. Who knows? Maybe my house. I don't know. Then maybe we could be terrible about it, but we'll see. Oh, Mr. Sato, do you see this?
Oh, you have such great expectations in your eyes, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm afraid nothing particularly useful comes to mind at all.
Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what I was expecting, really. You wouldn't know about Andrew the screwdriver, nor the crossbow, nor the burnt piece of fabric from the hot air balloon that exploded. I mean, you can have a look at the autopsy report if you want. Oh, you hate nothing. There is nothing for it, but I'm glad to know. Right, I think only the newspaper had some unique dialogue for that. Oh, what to do? Let's get a hint. Why not?
Do you know, I honestly thought I might never have the opportunity to return to Great Britain. And certainly not so soon.
It's funny. For the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in Supreme Court of Judicature back in Japan.
Please, Mr. Naruto. I may have been just as a man, but it was a very reserved performance.
So what your father said in his letter about a Yutaro takedown is reserved?
Well, anyway, I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again, in any way I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sato.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Naruto.
Oh, literally nothing. Okay, right. Not exactly where to go, then. A new location got added, you say? Experiment stage, no. Madam to spells, no. Wait, what got added? Sholmes' suite? Wait, I'm confused. What got added? Back to here. I think let's just see through all the rooms and see what comes up, I suppose, because, yeah, it didn't point out anywhere obvious to go. Like, it said new location, but I didn't recognize any of those locations as specifically new. Like, I've been to all of those, I think. Strange. Anyway, 25th of October in Sholmes' suite. Where nothing is happening. But I could examine literally everything else with Susato on my toe, so let's go for it. I finally managed to remember this behemoth's name, the Great Analytoscope.
I don't think it was here when I left for Japan, was it?
Oh, is that right?
Yes, because it was with the pawnbroker.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that's given me a wonderful idea. I could pawn everything that's on your desk. The office would be tidy at last.
Don't even joke about it, Miss Susato. You are joking, aren't you? Better hope so for your sake. There's all sorts of these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot's gonna topple at any moment.
It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. The epitome of Mr. Sholmes' brilliance.
I keep mixing up that word whenever I see it. Epitome. I always do it as epitome, but I'm sure that's not the correct way to read it. So I have to think. So I have to always double back on it and say, oh wait, it's actually epitome. I don't get it. As it happens, I'm quite well practiced when it comes to stacking shelves myself. Just the other day, the shelf in my office finally gave way under the strain, though.
It looks as though it might topple, and it does. Yes, the epitome of your disarray.
Oh, I really don't get it. That was just an open invitation for a Yunosuke. Sometimes you just say things and it's an open net. This is Mr. Sholmes' famous violin. The one he found being sold for a song at the pawnbrokery. What's it called again? A Shodi something?
Oh yes, this wonderful instrument features in the 3 Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. It's a world-famous Stradivarius.
What?
Stradivarius, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you even trying now?
Oh, we'll come back to this another time, I think. He will learn to say Stradivarius by the end of the game, I can promise you that. Oh, I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in the country, in fact. Although, I do yearn for a Japanese kotatsu. Putting your legs under a warm, blanketed table is so comforting.
Do be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? You'd suffer terrible burns, you know.
I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me. Sees you as a pet, though, are literally like an 8-year-old who wouldn't know any better and would do something stupid like that. Yes, get used to it. My eye is always drawn to the big metal chest that Mrs. Sholmes and Iris use as a coffee table.
Isn't it where Iris keeps her very important papers?
It is. So you'd think they'd be treating it with more care, really. But only the other day I saw Mr. Sholmes kick it.
Oh no!
I suppose something must have been frustrating him.
What a shame to mistreat the furniture, though. Was it damaged?
The chest was fine, but Mrs. Sholmes was doubled up on the floor for almost 10 minutes.
Oh dear. That is a painful tale.
Painful, but hilarious. Oh yes, Mrs. Sholmes' curious collection of trinkets from the various mysteries he has solved.
It's one of my favorite parts of the room. Full of items for such exciting tales to tell. And I do believe he's added to it since I last looked. Now there's a mysterious pince-nez, a mysterious little box, a mysterious horseshoe, a mysterious biscuit.
I think that last one might just be one of Iris's unfinished snacks. Is it a rich tea, maybe? This blackboard is where Iris scribbles down her latest ideas, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, she seems to have drawn a lot of little stick figures all lined up. Look.
Cheap apples at the market is what all of them say.
What? The little figures can speak?
All your questions would be answered if only you would read this month's Rants magazine.
So I'm the only one who can't make any sense of this. Yeah, get used to it. You're MC. That is peak main character energy. Iris's pretty little table is set up beautifully as ever, look.
Well, it's only by carefully taking care of a tea set that you can make good tea.
Is that a roundabout way of telling me I need to tidy my desk?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you do overthink things at times. But yes,
it totally is that. It totally is that. If I've remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. Oh, it's such a dreamy thought.
I actually had to go at it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again.
Oh, now it makes Susato-san angry as well. Again, your main character, what else is new? And... wait. I didn't get a look at the bottles. Is one of them labeled actual poison extract incorrectly, and so you don't mistake it for it being extract of llama?
That's Iris's wonderful collection of medicines, potions, and chemicals. Just look at all the little bottles she squeezed onto the shelves.
Yeah, and there are charming little ribbons tied around the bottles too. But the labels aren't quite so charming, are they? This one here reads, Deadly Poison.
Oh, I've been so excited about the idea of helping Iris with her experiments, you know.
Just try to avoid any bottles labeled Deadly Poison or Highly Explosive. I'm in Natlemon. Right, I think I've seen the room now. All there is just for experimenting. So, what room did it add again? Maybe back to Spell's room? Oh, it could have been that, actually, yeah. But again, we're going through all the rooms. Going through all the rooms and explaining everything. I am glad I turned up here! Wow. Alright, we'll at least make a start on this. 25th of October, in the British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart's offices. Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart?
I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Hi. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result. Oh, you're welcome? Oh, you mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment? Sham science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrabbling to respond. Lord Van Zeeks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing. Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. The special dispensation that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time. Oh, it's scrap metal now, is it?
Until later then, Lord Strongheart.
Oh, yes, thank you. Mystery person. Oh, who was that? That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner. She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact. Oh, I see. About Mr. Assman. Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to re-evaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory. Oh, right. Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time. Oh, so he's not running so spectacularly late anymore. And hey, oh, look at that, there are things to converse about. Interesting. Right, I gotta do that after a break, though, because we're getting close. Oh my god, it's gonna be an update. Oh my god, Palthea, you're right. You're so right. We're gonna have one of those. But anyway, let's find out what we can talk to Strongheart about when we come back from the break. I'll see you back here in a few minutes, everyone.
Yay!
Okay, I've returned, and thank you for your patience. I think the stream health is back to normal now, which is really good, and hopefully we won't have any wild drops or patterns or anything like that, so let's hope for that. And in the meantime, welcome back to all in Twitch land or in YouTube land, wherever you're watching this from right now. If you're in YouTube land and hopefully enjoying what you're seeing, you know what to do. You can always leave likes and comments on the video down below, and if you want to subscribe and hit the bell too, that all is super duper helpful, and I would appreciate it if you did. Right, we were about to have a conversation with Strongheart. I've wasted like 5 minutes of the 7 he gave me from the break, but time is of no material matter in video games, so let's, this video game at least, so we can just do it. So what exactly is the forensic investigation team that you mentioned before? The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course, to pave the way.
Oh goodness! A year ago?
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly. Totally not an ulterior motive going on here. What do you mean? For too long, these scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. I intend to see to it personally. By creating the finest police force in the world has ever known to protect our honor and our future.
Oh, look at those eyes. He means every word. Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba...
Yes, my lord?
Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month.
Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean. It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well.
Ah!
Chat about Mikotoba, let's do it.
If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student.
It was the year I was born. So yes, 16 years ago in fact.
Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge. The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way. I didn't think that you were. Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals. St. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Scythe was also there then, as it happens.
Then, Dr. Scythe knows my father, does she?
She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total. 6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it?
I lived with my grandmother in those years.
So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years?
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Oh.
Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away.
What do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on at the time.
Let us not press until it is prudent and time to do so, shall we?
Oh, I wanted to ask you about Lord Van Zeeks, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right? You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper. What? Why? When his brother, Clint Van Zeeks, was murdered, it was just after young Barrack had graduated from the University of London and become a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Barrack Van Zeeks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind.
Oh my word!
So, Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother? Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in the London's legal circles. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, Lord Strongheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible. Let me see to my time about this. Are you well-versed in science, then? Not the slightest! In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Well, the special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Scythe's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage as long as you touch nothing. Thank you! Being able to look at it is better than nothing.
And I'll be able to see it too.
Ah, your time is up. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls.
We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you are so busy, my lord.
I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand. And off he goes. Bye. Do we take a look at the books again? Because I don't think you couldn't read all these books even if you were reincarnated 6 times over as a bookworm. Can Lord Strongheart really have read all these?
Thinking about it, Father's study is full of books that look as though they've never been read too.
Oh, really?
Peddlers of books are forever pushing their wares on him, you see. And I think he's just too kind-hearted to refuse them.
There's a phrase for that in Britain. People would say they saw him coming.
It makes me wonder if perhaps the vast number of books on the shelves in here are a sign of Lord Strongheart's overwhelming kind-heartedness.
I'm not sure you could afford to have that kind of a heart if you had to keep Lord Van Zeeks in line, could you? And damn, you said that. These very European suits of armor are still glaring at each other across the carpet, I see. In a way, they feel like guardians of the Lord Chief Justice's office.
I suppose. They're rather like lion dogs that guard shrines in Japan, aren't they?
Aren't they a bit too human to be called lion dogs?
Did you know that it's a dream of mine to keep 2 cats one day?
I feel as though we've gone off a bit of a tangent, don't you? Why not, Yunosuke? Why not let her talk about cats? Because cats are nice. As ever, the enormous clock is diligently maintaining its rhythmical tick-tock today.
Watching machinery at work can be quite mesmerizing, can it? Ironically, you can completely forget the time. What I particularly enjoy is watching the enormous wheels of a steam locomotive turning. When I was a little girl, Grandmother often used to take me to watch the railway engines, you know?
It's an open fire for me. I could sit and watch the flames for hours.
Mr. Naruhodo, we can install one in the office. An enormous wheel turned by an enormous steam engine.
Or perhaps we could start with a simple fireplace. My needs before yours. I'm more important than you. Nah. Oh, and again, new location. Oh, that would be Forensics Laboratory. Oh, yes, of course. The prison cell. We haven't visited this place for some time. We have not. Oh, jeez. He's pulling a Professor Gerald. Oh, no. 23rd of October in local prison cell 11. What's he doing?
He's... Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered with mathematical equations!
And he's still writing more now! Professor, I'm sorry to interrupt. Woo! Mr. Naruhodo! Who is this young lady?
My name is Chisato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ooh. If only it's better to find young woman like you sooner. None of this would have happened. Oh, no, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you.
I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in court this morning. Oh, no. Also, the whole thing, the whole miserable affair, it all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot.
Professor Hairbrain? What have you been working on in your cell?
You mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The wall was all I had to hand.
Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, maybe? Oh, no, actually, this is my autobiography.
Your autobiography?
How I was diddled and fiddled by Albert Harebrained. Whoa! Whoa! I think title could use some workshopping. And that is all I will say on the matter. Whoa! I found I can represent my odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambitious set of simultaneous equations.
Really?
I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see. Oh, so it's going to be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1, an odd birth and an odd upbringing. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. Oh, I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case? Oh, yes, of course! I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled! I was fiddled by the pair of them! The less I think about it, the better. And by Asman! And by that aloof engineer Trevor! We're not gonna have to sit through an explanation of all these equations, are we? I don't have that much time. Oh yeah, there's no examining in the jail cell, is there? Anyway. Everything I believed in has been turned on its head! My research, Mr. Asman, the kinesis machine, my hypothesis even! I'm sorry it's come to this. There really was no other way. No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end there was nothing worth protecting. Oh. It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public.
No, of course you didn't.
But in court this morning, I realized something. Oh? If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you are aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me.
Oh, Professor.
He believed in me this morning, you know. Barak did. He believed in my hypothesis. Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing its case. No, Barak wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. Huh. Did he? Ooh, I think I understand now. Why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean. It was understood, is it? The motivations. After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypothesis anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any of my lawyers even. I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there. So if any of the prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Barak, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypothesis a complete and utter nonsense.
And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Professor.
Exactly! Richtig! Which would have been a fate worse than death for me. But Barak insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul.
But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he?
Sticks and roundabouts. Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with all the kind-hearted soul ideas? More about the Assman, please. Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start? I'm sorry to say that does seem very likely, yes. Ooh. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so empathetic. But in reality, he was the mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems. I still can't believe it.
As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic, it probably didn't require a large amount of investment, actually.
But the scale of it wasn't just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception. All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. We want to do research, but we can't afford it. Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try and earn just a few measly pennies for carrying on. To go through all of that, only to be taken for a complete fool, is too rotten to believe. It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Aspen is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer.
Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Yes, indeed. More about Drebber. So is he an engineer, or a magician, or a swindler? It was about a year ago when Mr. Aspen first brought Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist. Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist. Oh, what do you mean? He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation. I see.
But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. Are there no more clues you can give to his whereabouts?
Oh, as tools me light, we only ever discussed the kinesis machine. Nothing else. Although, just once, I did visit his workshop. What workshop? A Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine.
Huh?
Huh? Wait, why did you mention this before? Enoch Trevor's workshop. There's every chance we might find the man in there. New locations gonna drop, guys and gals, and non-binary refineries in between. Wow. So you've been to Drebber's place for work then? Ah, yes. Just once, you understand. It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you see. So where can we find it? We have to get there at once. There's a good chance we'll find Drebber there. Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure, as in... I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry. Es tut mir leid. Well, I was more than half expecting that. You say I was blindfolded into carriage the entire way there. He blindfolded you? Well, he wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible. The pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to attain in Britain. Oh, the indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumers across the world should forget their secret formulae and use that instead. So what do you think, Mrs. Sato? Ode the machine for your next birthday?
I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor? You don't have a business card for Mr. Drebber, for example?
The man was clearly very cautious, Mrs. Sato. Is it the... Yes, I do! He gave me his business card once. Yes, right here, look. What?
Let me see that!
Wow, throw it again to the wind, why don't you?
Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address.
No. Oh, well, I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful. Drebber's card in my court record, I should say, not my address. Mr. Enoch Drebber's business card, though it shows only the man's name. There is no address. Invisible ink, maybe? Oh, there is a stain there. There's no reason that... Okay, this strikes me immediately. Do you see the minus and the plus? An intricate battery of some kind? Or are these literally just purely for decoration purposes? Like he likes to adorn his business card with the plus and minus of a battery. But I mean, if he's meant to be this genius inventor, I wouldn't put it past this to be some kind of elaborate battery. Let's take a look at the stain on the back. This dark smudge here.
I think perhaps it's machine oil.
Oh yeah, possibly. Professor Hairbrain mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? He said it was specially imported, very high quality oil that's impossible to attain in Britain.
Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me a moment. Oh, it doesn't appear to have any scent at all.
Oh, don't worry. I expect that's just because there's such a tiny amount on here. Drebber's card already updated. There is a smear of machine oil on the reverse. And that's all they wrote about that. Fame. By the way, apparently his name isn't a pun, just a reference to a Sherlock Holmes character. Yeah, I think... I don't know specifics, but I think you might be right on that one, yes. I'm sure there's an Enoch somebody who's part of the Sherlock Holmes library of stories. I'm pretty sure of that. Alright then, we can try somewhere else. Experimentation stage. We haven't been here yet. Susanna's excited to be here! Yay! That's if there's anything to have a look at here. 25th of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds, foot of the Crystal Tower. Where I would find a crystal coconut, maybe. Oh! Ah! Gina's got a cutie! In fact, two cuties. In fact, three cuties in the picture. Susano, Gina, and a doggo! A doggo? Oh!
I had no idea there were so many people in the world.
I know what you mean. It's really packed here today.
It feels as though it's taken us just 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds at this point.
Has it? I shut my brain down, so I didn't really notice, to be honest.
Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruto. Oh, there you are! I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long.
Yes! Yes! Tobias Strexon now sounds like my Gina voice. Yes, of course, yeah. Right, let me try that again. Enoch was probably a much more popular name before it got tarnished. Maybe. Ah, there you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long. Oh, Inspector Gregson. I see you're working hard or hardly working as usual. Oh, warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since last we met. What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning. Oh, not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally by your side.
Why thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice.
Oh, we might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. So as you probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more. Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi, get over here, Gina!
good girl, not sure, but you're a cutie boy. Here you are. Here you are.
She seems to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional East End training.
Gina? She's a police officer now?
Amazing, isn't it? She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place, anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely. What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London.
Oh no! Really?
That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. So where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along. Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is. France? I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley. But France! It's an entirely different country. You won't be able to get your fish and chips there. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there? Well, that's the way the adult world works, sunshine. Now don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted. I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go. What? You're taking Gina to Paris? Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what would become of her? I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses.
I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper.
Oh! Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it? Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me? No, of course not. I've got to keep that diving diva safe and sound. Until all this is over, at least.
Oi! Did you just call me a blaming diving diva again?
Ah, so you heard that, did you? Right, well. Any questions about the scene, you can put them to my capable detective diva here.
Alright. You had the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now.
I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you?
Show me the good boy! Oh, isn't he great? Toby's his name. Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable.
I almost went the wrong place there. Yeah, the dog seems lovely. But it's the not-so-lovely Inspector Gregson's that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Oh, wait. Sorry, wait, before we chat. Before we chat, are we allowed to be... Just in case we get, like, caught up there, I'm gonna leave that as the last thing we, have a look at. So that means... Yeah, okay, let's start from top down. To the balloons in the sky.
Oh, look, a flying balloon! I've never seen one in the flesh before.
I can't understand how they can fly, and so high up as well.
Oh, but think of the view, Miss Naruhodo. You must be able to see for miles and miles.
Funny they're going to France given that Gina's name and theme sounds French. Oh yeah, Lestrade. I can see that, yeah. If it's meant to be alluding to that, I have no idea. I do think of it, and it terrifies me. I mean, it would be certain death if you fell out.
I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world.
Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded.
Hmm? I'm sure there are other ways to fly.
Eh dear, should we say that out loud?
Oh, what a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that.
Yeah, unfortunately the birdcage crashed into the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis.
But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. The death call could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise.
Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time birdcages will rain down on all of you.
Your faith is much stronger than I realized.
Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for UMA University? It wasn't by studying alone. I had the power of God and anime on my side. Of course he did.
Oh. Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it in such close proximity with my own eyes.
You've really been looking forward to the Great Exhibition, haven't you, Mrs. Sato?
Oh, yes? When I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck.
But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower.
I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly.
Never realized Gregson was also a detective in Holmes. Yep, it's all kind of linked up like that. It indeed is. Ah, right in front of me. Keeping up my hydration stations. Yep, not looking at that. Okay, the debris from and burn marks from there.
Here's the scorching in the ground that you mentioned.
Yep, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident.
Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this.
Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. That's a big from me, Chief. Oh, I'm a bad person. You're not good at all, not at least, no. Right, are we allowed to head on up there?
Oi, that's off limits up there. Try and see past me again, and I'll stuff your gob full of the boss's fish and chips.
Yes, please. I love fish and chips. Well, I suppose we need special permission. To come from Gina, you mean? Maybe. Gotta go now, be back in a few minutes.
Of course, Pelfia, no problem.
Alright, now we are talking. Gina. We were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again.
Yeah, right. If it's round here, you can do what you like.
Oh, that's alright, is it?
I'm going to be playing with my new friend here.
Ah, yes, Toby.
Oh, the little buggy's going to be up. The machine that exploded must be atop of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, you can't go up there, Cease. Oh? It's like I told Odo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The
Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Is that what you were thinking of?
Oh, that's the one! That's why only them that are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something?
The Forensic Investigation Team? Is that what you were thinking of?
That's the one, yeah!
But
isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with ya. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other as far as I know. Oh, what was his name again? Not Strange something? I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps. Oh, that's the one, yeah! Apparently, he's always watching the time or something. Oh, actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. You what? You've met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him, he waited for 3 hours at the Cove's office and came back snivelling.
Wow, tragic.
Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the seam, as long as we don't touch anything. Oh, yeah?
Honestly.
All right then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. So, you're still saying all this is about board, are you? I'm sure everything will be fine.
That really would be tragic.
Yeah, all right then. Them's the stairs. Off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina.
We will do, but after we talk.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Oh, yeah. And now those made things hard for me every single time and all.
I'm just doing my job, Gina.
But watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client.
Yeah, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though.
He's the boss I feel sorry for. Sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. Oh, what's his name again?
Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber?
Oh, that's the one, yeah!
So, the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black monocle. Yeah, I guess they would be.
He's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him gut ache. Oh dear. But I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food.
It could be guts. Could be gut problems or just indigestion. Diarrhea, maybe. So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck.
He's really funny looking. Got 2 eyes what don't match. Standing into the picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it.
Sorry, who?
Oh, you know, that scowling reaper was always glugging down glass with that blood red plonk. Oh, Lord Van Zeeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know why he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss, it goes.
She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than the detective's trainee? Oh, the way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both.
I suppose you're right. I ain't thought of it like that.
I am glad we put that one to bed.
Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on. So they're stuck.
There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all? But what about Aziz? Oh, I can't examine. Because I need to go and to present. The freaking menus always confuse me in this game. Yo, take a look at this. Hey, Gina, would you take a look at... Oh, where did it go?
Looking for this, don't I?
What did you do that?
I wonder if you got anything else to show me, eh? What do you reckon?
Get that back first, please.
Oh, you're no fun.
Right, that's clearly not an evidence that we can use at this point. Ooh, very important talk. Tell me about Doggo. So where'd you find that little mutt then, Gina?
Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Dodo!
Slight overreaction, don't you think?
He ain't no mutt, alright? Toby's oh, how do they put it? Oh yeah! A bone fire detective!
Sorry?
Oh, giving him a proper title and everything! It's Chief Inspector Toby to you!
More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Yes, and he's a terribly good boy, so don't question it. One of my favorites in TGGA, Case 2, yes! I'm having a fun time with it, Panquill, definitely.
Thank you for coming in!
Nice to have you here. Enjoying the ride? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, for sure. We're going through the entirety of it all, didn't you know? The entirety of the Ace Attorney chronology. Yeah, had a great time with number 1 of Great Ace Attorney, and equally as fun with Great Ace Attorney 2. I think I've become smitten with this series, in all honesty. And yeah, we'll be going through all the rest of them later. All the modern ones. Later on, we'll do the entire Phoenix Wright trilogy. We'll do the Miles Edgeworth games. We will also do the Apollo Justice games as well, the Apollo Justice trilogy. We're gonna do them all, and I'm gonna have a fun time doing so, I believe.
But yeah, welcome in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping in. So he's the police dog, is he?
The police recruit dogs now?
I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all.
I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that, haven't.
Ah, that's nothing compared to this little fellow, Odo.
Oh, really?
According to what the boss said, once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers, he could chase that scent to the other side of the world.
What? To the other side of the world? You plan to play all 10 games? Technically 11 shush, but that's another thing. Yeah, I am unsure if I have the means to do the Professor Layton crossover, because that has not had an official release. The only way I could do it is if I, 1, got my 3DS back, started using that again, and 2, got a capture card for it, or whatever else, but yeah. I have been in the session, and have seen that crossover game being played, so I do know about the game. It's about to say that, but yeah, I'm not sure. Unless a proper official release for it comes out, like a redo of it comes out. Yo, level 5, hit your girl up. We'll see. But yeah, definitely the mainline Ace Attorney games we're gonna do. All of them, yes. You mean he can swim?
Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin.
I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill.
I'm telling you, Odo, there's gonna be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in future.
Yes, I agree.
Right, one of these days they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina, I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Ah, well anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out on the street.
And there you go. I knew she'd lifted him from somewhere.
Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals.
All fun and such, yes, yes, yes. Well, good to know good boy exists. Gina is great. I love Gina. She's such a character. I think so much so I'm tempted that the next time I go to the the current Capcom Cafe collaboration, because up and coming very, very soon is the great Ace Attorney's 10th birthday in Japan, at least. And I will be heading off to another visit at that Capcom Cafe collaboration. I think I might end up picking up some of the Gina-themed menu items when I visit there again. And I'm bringing friends. I won't be going on alone. I'll be bringing friends again, and that will be such a fun time. I think this weekend, this Saturday, we're going to go again, and I'm so looking forward to it. There will be pictures aplenty, I assure you. So these stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. Oh, Gina cosplay. Would need to fetch up all the equipment for it. And honestly, in sizes that would fit. But I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to that if I could pull it off. And had the materials for it. We'll see. 25th of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds Experimentation Stage. I reckon what I could probably do is, like, if I just got, like, the top half of the costume, so I could do, like, some headshot cosplays, you know? That could probably work. Anyway.
Oh my! So, this is a machine.
The machine, yes!
That was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place.
Quite a lot of effort for a one-off, admittedly. Yeah. If it's not going to go out for, like, multiple events, then it's... You'd have to really, really justify the effort and the price to yourself on that front. But yeah. Yep, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment.
What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went to in order to obtain a research grant.
No. The professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it.
Yes, of course. It is amazing, though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British.
You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh, you think you're all good at two-shoes about it. Yeah,
Oh, look. Is that...
Van Zeeks? Everybody's favorite!
Lord Van Zeeks?
Oh. So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mrs. Otto? Let's go!
Already?
Well, he is the Reaper, remember? We did well to keep our distance, I think.
But we have permission to be here. From the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine. As long as we don't touch anything.
From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart?
Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like.
She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. Yeah, I better get used to it. It do be like that. Alright. Let's look at some things around the place, though. Let's take a look at Ferris wheel first.
I hear that a ride in the Ferris wheel is a favourite romantic outing among young London couples.
I think the romance will be slightly spoiled by the abject terror, personally, but then I'm not a Londoner.
Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruhodo?
It's not that I'm scared, not at all. It's just that staying on the ground seems so much safer.
Oh, well, perhaps I should ask Iris and Mrs. Sholmes to accompany on the ice in that case.
When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try.
Oh dear. It is complicated for you, isn't it?
Well, I'm a complicated individual. You should know, having known me for so long. Then again, so long being like... Technically... Not even a year, like 10 months maybe? At least? Something like that? Although, of course, it depends on how... Wait, when did... What was the exact month of the first trial in the first game that Yunosuke was put on trial for? What was the exact month of that one? Because technically that would have been the first time Yunosuke and Susanoo saw each other. God, I'm trying to recall now. It's been a while. I mean, who knows, depending on... it might have been a year by this point. But, yeah. Only a year. At least. Anyway, let's look at some more. The thing over there.
Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All these different architectures from all corners of the world.
It does make you feel a bit like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have caught my attention personally.
It is very subjective, isn't it?
Japanese buildings with their wood and paper construction have excellent ventilation. And I've realized that British buildings being made from brick and stone are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about how these things are done in other countries, the more you want to send your own, I feel.
Oh yes, I do agree with you there.
But I can't help wondering what an onion does for the roof of the building. I mean, I suppose it's playing on my mind because I don't like the taste of onions.
You really ought to let your taste in vegetables to take your taste in roofs, Mr. Naruhodo.
The things that this video game series makes you say. Or makes you read. Alright. We have time for a little bit more investigating, but we will run an ad break very, very quickly at this point, because it's nearly time to do so, my ad timer says. Right, people in Twitch land, we will have another break. If you need to go and take care of some business now, I recommend you do so. People in YouTube land, there will be no break in the highlight, but if you want to have a quick pause and a rest up, that is obviously a great idea to do that. And in any case, I shall be back in a few minutes, yay! And as I return from another break, and we're going to do one more little rush through of some investigating here at least. Yeah, let's see what else we can do here. So, I don't know what specifically we can have a look at. Not forgetting that we can also have a look up to the giant thing there as well. And to the balloons, if I wanted to. Let's get them out of the way as well. However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those Tamari handballs floating in the sky.
You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here.
Sorry, the feelings of wanting to riding one and wanting to never set footing one are finding it out inside me.
But if you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage.
Oh, I don't think I noticed. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging.
I think you should make peace with riding in one, Miss Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way.
Do it, you coward. Wow, Susanna literally just said that. Do it, you coward.
Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device. Isn't it amazing?
That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
It makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had just been a normal horn, none of this would have happened.
That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say, nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you?
Oh no, I would never say something like that.
Well, you just got told, sir. Alright, and then the cage itself.
What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast.
And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. Oh, yo, I see it now? The way all, like, the things there are hinged. Oh, this was definitely an elaborate ruse. Definitely a ruse. Because those grates there, they scream secret trap door. Real man gets in. Is then concealed by the smoke and the electricity and the fanfare as the machine gets turned on. Is swapped out with a facsimile. Or, yeah, whichever way around. Yeah, it's swapped out with a replacement, a facsimile, a faker. That faker is the one involved in the explosion, and it's like... Oh wait, I just had a thought. Then what about what was in the explosion? From the hot air balloon that exploded. That's messed my train of thought about actually there. So maybe he thought he could get away with it, but it turns out... God, there must be like loads of fakery going on here. Loads of doubles and whatnot. If that's why I think this kid's gonna go, holy shit. They scream the prestige. Oh wow. That's what I did. Just in case I didn't read the line. And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here.
But look, Miss Naruto. The metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open.
They were going to say what I was thinking right then. I'm a couple of steps ahead of the video game, it seems. Oh, it does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight.
I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there?
Alright, keep that evidence to hand, I suppose. Yes. Keep it all to hand, yes indeed. And then... what fell from here? Oh, that's the board that he gets strapped to. If you get into the birdcage. Wow. This wasn't here yesterday.
Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air.
That's right, the birdcage. According to what Professor Harebrain said in court, it's made of wood.
Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been an explosion and then fallen from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. It's a wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo?
Just slightly less durable and less strong than mahogany. I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work.
But sadly not with the body inside it.
No, that's right. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still... this is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. So make a mental note of it then, you dingus. Alright, the wooden birdcage that was used for Professor Harebrain's experiment is now in my court record. This cage, with the victim inside, crashed down into the crystal tower. Yep. And the only thing that I think is left for us to look at is... everyone's favorite, not vampire. Ugh. Oh, least approachable man in the world winner 10 years in a row.
Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistants stand firm behind you.
That does not offer confidence. Lord Van Zeek? What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Well, counterpoint, there were no signs. You didn't actually write it down, do not disturb me. Like, you're not wearing a thing on your neck that says, do not disturb me. Like, axe again later. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Oh, well, the thing is,
Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything.
And yet you've managed to disturb me. Ah! Never mind. State your business, then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Fenzeeks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this.
Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try.
You want me to get in trouble over this, don't you? Let's do that one first and then leave the big one for later. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Surely that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier.
Which, according to Professor Harebrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle.
So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but,
We'd very much appreciate any other clues you can give us.
Wow. Susanna-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine. Why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Though it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. Oh. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow. Which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. Oh, it's not my thing yet, okay. He is also a vampire, right? I have hiccups now, this is not good. I'm not a fish, I am not a fish, I am not a fish. Okay. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? What is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. Well, there we go. Photograph of Drebler is now in my court record. A photographic print of the engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebler. It's hard to make out, but he appears to be wearing a monocle with black glass. That indeed he is, and we can have a look at that now, as well as the birdcage. Probably see if I can get a detail about it. Like any other detail, maybe? Up top, no, but the crack in its construction, though, is interesting. Oh, look here, Mr. Sato.
Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a height.
Yeah, from the height at which the balloon was flying down to the crystal tower below. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters.
Leaving the man inside tragically dead.
Birdcage updated. It crashed down with the victim inside into the crystal tower, causing damage to the base. That it did. Let's get a scribble around everywhere and just make sure we are not overlooking a single thing. I don't believe we are. Okay, cool. Thank you. And then his face, and oh, I noticed he's got a plus sign lapel there. Maybe it's not a battery, maybe he's just like, that's just the motif of his, maybe. But it could be relevant. It could be a surprise tool that helps us out later. Who knows? Alright, let's get this out of the way. I don't think it's gonna be pleasant. So, Clint was the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Zieks. You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whether you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, it's a little teeny weeny bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zieks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Is something funny? That's the extent of what you discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry? Oh, there's more to it then. Raising eyebrows? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? Oh, you're too kind. Are you gonna tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident?
As it happens, Lord Van Zieks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention.
Nanny, I should say?
Are you aware of the Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance?
I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I feature in one of the displays there. For public scorn. Of course the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have been exhibited, wouldn't he?
Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom.
A particular waxwork? Which... Wait! You mean... Yes. It's the Professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. I... was unaware of that. He's turned as white as a sheet. They tend to do that quite a lot to the people here. Oh, wait. Why am I mousing there? Oh, hello, person whomst I think is who you are, but I won't say anything yet until the reveal happens. You're oddly silent about all this. Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Are you alright?
Who is this man, Miss Naruto?
Lord Van Seek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too!
Lord Van Zeeks? May we speak of your apprentice for a moment?
With him? Why?
Kazuma-sama!
Kazuma? It's Robin, clearly, if fancies his Batman. Ah! I don't believe it!
Your posture, your presence. It can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama?
I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma?
Wait!
Too late. What's going on here? Time to press. Where did you find this man? What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. Well, it's funny you should mention that.
Since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago.
Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself.
He has amnesia?
Tomorrow, he will appear in court at my side. What?! He is to serve as my judicial assistant, on Lord Strongheart's orders. He'll be in court with us? Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. When Susato called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. When she called out Kazuma-sama.
You had already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, yesterday in fact, at Lord Venzeek's office.
I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us.
I know. We're going to need to speak to him about that. You're going to have to leave now. The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. Oh, what sort of problems? Foreign affairs problems.
Oh, well, we could definitely do without that. Yeah.
Alright then, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mrs. Sato.
Of course.
More than is letting on. I think we will of course absolutely say nothing to confirm until the game confirms it for us. But I reckon I'm like 99% sure we know who that person is now. We know who the apprentice is. But say nothing until it's confirmed in the game. Because I like to have that done for us like that. Nothing else to... Oh, more investigating the scene from Gina. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Gina, we were actually hoping that we can investigate this scene again.
Oh, yeah, right. It's around here, you can do what you like.
Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm feeling deja vu here.
I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here.
Oh yeah, Toby.
Apparently we can't look around on the stage now because the forensic investigation team are at work. Can't you do anything, Gina? In your capacity as Inspector Lestrade? As Inspector Lestrade?
Oh, look, I'd love to help you out. But I'm just a trainee, ain't I? Ain't nothing I can do.
When it suits you, yes.
Well, we had a try, didn't we? We definitely had a good old college try. Right, still got Forensics Laboratory to see, still got Madame Spells to see. Yeah, 2 more places then. Right, I am having my eyes closed, I am having my eyes closed. In fact, how fast can I scroll? And go back and forth? Not quickly enough, it speeds. Okay, right. The menu buttons do not react quickly enough to me, like, tippy-tapping, like, double-tapping the up and down arrows on my controller. It don't like that. I was about to say, like, I was gonna leave it up to fate to decide where we go next, but I think we're actually just gonna pick Man into Spells and pick this up next time, unfortunately. It is getting late for me, and I should be thinking about mid-bedtime. And I just realised I haven't saved for quite a while. I should probably get that done as well, so I don't forget. So, things are ebbing ever closer to being confirmed, like 99% of the way there, about our mysterious apprentice fellow. We have a good old Susato back, good old reliable and lovely human being. Haven't seen a lot of old people again. I think the only person we haven't seen today is Sholmes, of all the people. I reckon we might catch up with them when we carry on in the Waxworks when we come back to do this again. Yep, but unfortunately that's where I'm going to call the episode today. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary fineries, everyone in between, thank you for joining for this wonderful adventure of ours today, and I hope it has been a riveting time for you, as it certainly is continuing to be for me. These episodes do not half take a long time. Like, I feel like the number of episodes that this game playthrough is going to take is going to is going to be a magnitude more than it was for Great Ace Attorney 1. Just because, what is this now, episode 10, and we're still in the midst of investigation of investigating for case number 3. I think by this time in the first game, we were wrapping up on episode 4, I think, by that point. It's just that episode 5 in that game was also quite a long one. But I think it's like every case, bar like the first one of this game, is like similar in scope. But yeah, like I said, I'm not enjoying it because I certainly am, and I'm looking forward to more when we come back. But for now, everyone in Twitch stream, thank you so much for tuning in for the live broadcast. Of course, we will have this ready on the YouTube channel, Laura Petal VOD, at some point later, so do check this out. In about a week's time, this highlight will be ready for you to see on the YouTube channel. If you've missed any of today, you can catch up with it all there without all the highlight breaks in between. So yeah, do that what you will. And if you are here on YouTube land in the highlight video that we've made, thank you for tuning in. It's lovely to have you along for the ride. If it's your first time joining this ride, I hope you stick around for more. And yeah, on all that said, do not forget, if you are enjoying the series and if you're enjoying your time here, do let me know by leaving likes and comments down below. If you want to subscribe and hit the bell as well, I would greatly appreciate that. It would be super, super duper helpful. And yeah, if you want to get me on any of the social links or wherever else I'm at, check out the links in the description. You'll see places like where I do my Twitch streams, which you can actually join the live streams if you'd like to. I'm here on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays doing my thing. So come and check it out and see if there's anything there that tickles your fancy. And yeah, I've got all the other links there if you want to follow my social pages. They're all in the description as well, so check out them. And in any case, we are going to be wrapping up for now. Maybe, hopefully next time, I will not be a sweaty, rather disgusting mess, and I might actually put my face back on stream. We'll see. But I hope you appreciate the PNG stuff today. Just a little facade I do for every time I don't feel like putting my face on camera for whatever reason. I do hope that you still liked it. And in any case, the next time that we see you for more Great Ace Attorney Resolve shenanigans, it'll be too soon. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you join us for the next episode, if it's not already ready. And yeah, with all that said, I love you all so much for joining in today. I hope we see each other again, and I hope I get the chance to improve, make your day even better than it hopefully is already right now. And if we have made your day better, then lovely. Like I said, I hope I get the chance to do it again. Stay and stay awesome. Enjoy whatever you've got coming up next. And with all that said, I am going to be signing off here. Thank you so much for your patronage. Thank you for coming down. And I'll see you for the next episode. Until then, take care. See you around. Bye.